Hi, welcome to a video of my flea market finds for Saturday, June 14th, 2025. So as expected, it was a crazy day. I spent over 5 hours there. I arrived at, like, what time did I arrive? It says here 5:52 a.m. and I left exactly 11 a.m. People kept arriving and adding stuff, and I think I found my best vinyl find around 10 to 10, so it's a good thing I stuck around. I got excited the first place where I found some records. There were 2 boxes of good titles, but the records were pretty beat up, and I had a stack this big without knowing how much they were, because the seller was busy and I couldn't just stand there and wait for an answer, and then I found out they were $10 each. I put everything back except for 2. I just couldn't find the guts to put back, and anyway I managed to get, I still overpaid for the 3 records I ended up getting, but it come $15 for 3, so I actually paid $5 each, which is too much considering the condition. Well, I don't know, one of them might be okay. So Stéphane Goldman, La Cravate Lavalière, Le Caissier. Who the hell is that? I don't know. It doesn't matter. And oh my god, this is weird. But I bought this because I collect record covers illustrated by Quebec artist Normand Hudon. And I know for a fact there are some local collectors in my province of Quebec that collect records illustrated by Normand Hudon. I'm starting to have a few now. So I've never seen this one, so I was not going to let it go by. And then I got this one, has some bad scratches here and there. But I've never seen this compilation of Henri Salvador songs. It says by Boris Vian. Salut Boris avec Henri Salvador. Some songs have nothing to do with Boris Vian, but most do. It has some nasty scratches here and there, but it's still enjoyable for the most part. So I've never seen this one, so $5. And my second non-perfect Rolling Stone goat's head soup. I see there's a water stain there, but I bought a copy last year for a few dollars that has the cover, doesn't have a water damage first of all, plus the one I got last year is warped. So this one, the record itself, is an improvement, although not perfect. For $5, that one made sense. Not these 2 were too expensive, but it started a little bit rough, but I started with that. Another table, second purchase. Some guy had different things. He had 2 books, and they were. I was hoping it would not be the prices he indicated, $15 and $10. So he said, I just $5 each. So I said that's perfect. That's exactly my ceiling price. Not dead yet, Phil Collins. However, I made a mistake. I didn't think twice. This is a translation by Philippe Motte in French. I hate translations. I want to read the whole, especially there. I just opened a few pages and I stumbled on some local French Paris expression that annoy us French Canadians, so it's going to be a little bit cringy to read. But $5. This one I'm glad I got. Le Phénomène RBO. RBO is Rock et Belles Oreilles, which was a very popular comic group in Quebec for a few decades. And this book is from 2010. So for a book I didn't even know existed, I was glad to. That's the most fun when you go to the flea market or yard sales or bazaar, whatever, and you, at the same moment, you discover something exists, you have it in your hand, and you can buy it, and the price is right as well. So that's always fun. So I discovered, oh, this book exists. Oh, I can get it. How much? 5? Okay, perfect. So I got these 2 books for $10. Next. Let's move on. I don't want to make a video too long. Oh, it's the same table that I got the 2 books. The guy had some records that were $5 each. Nothing I wanted that were worth $5. But I managed to get this one for 3. And when I said, well, this is a single, only has 2 songs. Well, actually 2 versions of Let's Work. And actually, I'm glad I got this because I've never seen the maxi single. This looks like a freeze frame from the video. The video is interesting how they shot the video. Apparently, it was very difficult. Now, I know this. A lot of people hate this one. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. I don't know why it's that I like it, but it's extremely catchy. It sticks in my head. It's a very sticky earworm. Kind of like it's a guilty pleasure. I know it's not a great song, but and I have the album Primitive Cool. I got it last year, I think, or was it this year? I forget when I got Primitive Cool. But yeah, $3 for that. Perfect. Great. I'm glad. Then one guy had some records at $2 each, 2 boxes. Only one record was interesting for me. It was Jesse Green, Come With Me. So, a disco album, although it has a lot of slow songs, some disco songs, but not like terribly great disco. His big hit was Nice and Slow in '76. So, but this album I was glad to get. You know, for it was $2. I didn't argue for $2. Sure, perfect. So I got this for $2. So that was fine with me. Then green, $15 for 5 $3 records. I tried to get down to $12. Some were beat up a bit. I didn't want to. He said, well, the box was $5 last week. Well, actually, the ones I got, yeah, maybe some were there last week, but he had some that were not there. So they were $3 each. He says, if he gets too much, leave it there, and if it's still there next week, they're going to be cheaper, $2. Well, I decided to, like, you know, for $1 or 2. Anyway, I got these $3 records for $5. Some are good, fine, some not so good. This one was, what annoyed me is all the scotch tape on the sleeve, the cover. I hate that. But I've never seen this one. Archie Bell and the Drells, Dance Your Troubles Away, on the TSOP label. Actually, Canadian pressing is on Columbia. My intention was caught by Let's Go Disco, Let's Groove, Dance Your Troubles Away. So I decided to get it, and it plays fine. It's very, the vinyl is clean actually. So that for $3. This I was curious. I've never seen this album. Billy Joel Turnstiles. I don't recognize a single title on it, and I had to check the year, 76. So I decided to get it. I did a few spot checks on the turntable. It plays flawlessly, very clean, so I'll have to listen to it and see if I like it or not. Yep. This, I have no idea of the dates. It doesn't say the duets are with whom, but it's duets, Jerry Lee Lewis and friends. And what I don't like is that the cover says collector's edition special gold vinyl, but it's on regular black vinyl. So this might have been in the States. Maybe it was on gold vinyl, but at least it's in mono, so that's good. So for $3, sure. The Colorful Ventures, that's one that I tried to haggle a little bit because there's a really bad scratch in Yellowbird. Yellowbird is unplayable. Most of the record is playable. I don't mind a few scratches here and there, but the long-lasting chock, 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 or in this case in Yellowbird you have chock, 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 chock. You have like 3, 4. It's a very soft song actually. The loud songs you don't hear the scratches as much, but yeah, I've never seen this one. The Colorful Adventures, I've never seen that one. It's on the early label, the early Dalton label. So Yeah, $3. What is $3 in 2020? I keep forgetting we're in 2025. I said that to a seller. Actually, I think that's what I said to the seller when I paid the $15. I said, I keep forgetting that we're in 2025. The money is not worth as much as it used to. This one is clean. However, it's just one of those Sunset label compilations, so I don't know where these songs come from which other album. And I'm starting to think that maybe I already had it, but I don't know anymore. My Ventures records need to be sorted out and put all together, but my inventory is like 15 years behind. Guitar Genius of the Ventures, 10 songs, plays flawlessly, it's really good. And so these 5 records for $15. What did I get after that? $15, 5.3. Oh yeah. Then I started checking a pile of comic books, soft comic books. A bunch of old Lucky Luke, if you prefer, on Dupuis. First 31 Lucky Luke came out on Dupuis, and I think the following ones came out on a different publisher, Dargo maybe. I'm not sure anymore, but I don't systematically collect them, although I do want to have all Lucky Luke books. But for a while, like 25-30 years ago, Lucky Luke book was cheaper than a Tintin or an Asterix, and now they're Lucky Luke, and even Achille Talon is sold at the same price, and I refuse to pay that much. But in this case, there were so many of them. Okay, this one looks beat up, but it's the very first Lucky Luke, and man, he's ugly. He's like, what the hell is this style? Like, what? Like tabarnak, like, whoa. What is he? Looks terrible. Like, what? It's like, I don't know how to describe this weird style. And it is the same artist. That's how he drew him at the very beginning, and it evolved book after book. Anyway, I thought, like, just get the whole freaking collection. I mean, this is it's not complete, but so I say, how much are these books? And there was this one book in the pile that was not Lucky Luke, and I don't have that. Un album surprise par Franquin, Gaston et le Marsupilami. Édition spéciale, 40% d'inédit en album. So, I didn't browse through it, I didn't check. And it's 32 pages. So, what's 40% of 32 pages? It's 4 times 3.2 pages. I have 10 pages of new stuff. And so, yes, I wanted to have that, please. Yes. So I had this, the Lucky Lukes. There are 23 of them. And I said, how much are these books? And he said, normally $3 each. Oh, I think I've asked him, how much if I take the whole pile? And he said, well, $3 each. If you take more, it's $2. So I took one out that I knew I had, which is Les Cousins Dalton, which is right here, I think. Yeah, right here, number 12, Les Cousins Dalton. Why do I have that one? It's because I had it as a kid. My mom bought it for me, and I read it a lot. And yeah, so I knew I had that one. I took it out of the pile, and I miscounted. I wasn't robbing him. I actually really counted 23 books. So I told him, well, there's 23. How about we round it up to? I meant to say $40. I meant to say, well, we rounded it up to 20 books, meaning $2 each, $40. But instead I said $20. He said, what? Oh, I meant $40. That was funny. So I got the pile for $40. So that comes to $1.67 per book. So it's a great deal. Like, I know some are beat up here. Let's look at what we have, okay? I've put them, they were not in order. I've put them in order for the sake of this video. So, 1. La mine d'or de Dick Digger. 5. Lucky Luke contre Pat Poker. Oh, shit. Okay, let's start again. That pisses me off. I thought I saw number 4 earlier. Okay, let's start again. I'm obsessive compulsive. 1. La mine d'or de Dig Digger. 4. Sous le ciel de l'Ouest. What does he look like here? It's starting to look much better already in the fourth book. 5. 5. Lucky Luke contre Pat Poker. 6. Hors la loi. Oh, Daltons. Je me demande si c'est la première apparition des Daltons. 7. In Roman numeral. L'élixir du Dr. Doxy. 8. Lucky Luke et fil de fer. 10. Missing number 9. Alerte aux pieds bleus. There's a lot of these I've never read, ever. 11. Lucky Luke contre Just Jamon. Whoops, sorry. Le juge, numéro 13. Pretending to read the Code Civil back upside down. Beer. Dollar sign. Anyway, le juge. 14. Ruée sur l'Oklahoma. Celui-là, I think I have that one. Yep, I remember. So probably I got this one, but maybe this is an upgrade. I don't know. There's scotch tape there. En remontant le Mississippi, numéro 16. Jamais lu. À l'ombre des Derrick, numéro 18. 19. Les rivaux de Painful Gulch. Cool. 21. Les collines noires. Je crois que j'ai ça en livre hardcover. Ben, je suis pas sûr. Les collines noires. Not sure if I have it. Les Dalton dans le blizzard numéro 22. 22. I don't have that. 23. Les Dalton courent toujours. Eaton. 375. 24. La caravane. I'm plugging his ears. And the horse finds it funny that the driver and the parakeet both swear. That's really funny. La ville fantôme I have, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. Yeah. 25. La ville fantôme. 26. Les Dalton se rachètent. 20, oh, missing 27. 28. L'escorte. Ça, c'est Billy the Kid, ça. 29. Des barbelés sur la prairie. Ça, je sais que je l'ai déjà lu. 30. Calamity Jane. 31. Tortillas pour les Dalton. This was stapled. I had to remove the staples because I kept hurting myself since it was the last one of the pile. This I know 100% sure I have in hardcover. Some of these books, if not all, have been reedited and reissued in hardcover. And I do have some of the later titles hardcover, but it's pretty rare to find a big pile like that for $1.67 each, especially this one. Oh my goodness. How are we doing on time? 18 minutes? We should be good. So what did I get right after that? After one of the best purchases so far during the day, I got screwed by 20 bucks. I had to take the chance and I lost. I got this, and it was $50. I got it down to, and then he said 25. I said, well, would you take 20? He said yes. It's a Pioneer hard drive DVD recorder. Sorry for the bad angle there. And with the remote. Now, the thing is that this is already what I'm using in my bedroom. You can see 3 right here anyway. And the problem is those stupid remotes, because you press a lot when you retitle, edit, put chapters on the commercial, and then you change the letters, the title, and then you burn on the DVD. I burned tons of DVDs. I have like hundreds of DVDRs. Well, they wear out, and I used to order a few Pioneer brand new remotes from Pioneer. And even the last one that I ordered were $75. But I should have bought, like when they were 40 something, I should have bought, because I've been using these machines since 2004. I still use them. They're tanks, but not the remotes. The remotes, they cannot be fixed. It's not a matter of cleaning the buttons. It's just this weird rubber, unique one-piece rubber thing. All the buttons are for one piece of rubber. I've tried and there's nothing to do. Well, this remote, I was hoping, I said, if the remote works fine, it was worth the $20. I haven't tested the machine yet, but I tested the remote. And this one you have to press hard. These don't work very well. These do. But the home menu button, completely dead. I was so disappointed. Not that I lost $20, but because I'm so desperate. Because the ones I'm using right now, one of them is already, I have to press hard. I can't use this machine without the remote. I really miss out on buying a whole bunch. I should have ordered so many of these remotes. That's why I hoard shit. Because I don't know how long I'll need stuff. I don't know how much I'll need of something. And I buy too much of some stuff and not enough of other stuff. Some stuff I'd like to go back in time, and I'll mention that during the last purchase of the day. We'll come back on that. So yeah, bad purchase, $20. Yeah, who cares? After that, yes, some guy had some cool books. Everything looked expensive. I wasn't sure what the price was, but this book was among the other books. I didn't like the fact that the spine is a little crooked. But I collect Alain Gris books. This is my generation. This is from the 60s, but it was in grade schools in the 70s. Even that one says 77, 78. École Saint-Jean d'Arc, Warwick. But this is the kind of book I read at that I would pick out of the school library in the classroom. I think a lot of these books were done by Alain Gris. On Casterman. It's Belgian. So this is L'électricité, and I really like that stuff. So it's about electricity, you've guessed it. And this is such a cool image. Jazz and Mozart, reel-to-reel, radio, record player, turntable. So that's kind of cool. I don't know what the year is for the book, but that should be the first half of the 60s. Does it say? I should have checked before. Okay, let's see. 69. Okay. Yeah, that's possible. It's just because the stereo I just showed you is in mono. The retro is mono. Anyway, when he told me you can have it for $1 big. Okay, I was so happy. I collect Alain Gris books now. So next purchase, I had to move to this page. Here was my little paper. I saw something that I should have gotten the image on the internet. I saw a cool Impala, no, pas Impala, Ingraham electric clock from the most likely for the kitchen. The guy said from the 50s. I think it's more from the 60s or 70s. It was in about this big, in the shape of a it was round, of course, but it had the little pieces sticking out, like a wheel of how do you call the steering wheel of a ship? Probably there's a better word for that, but I had it in my hand as I was looking for the seller, and the seller came to me and said, it's $35. I put it back. I mean, I wanted 15, and I would have gone up to 20, so I was not going to try to. There was no point. So I put it back, and the problem with the electric clocks is that the motor can be very noisy after all this time. And I did buy an Ingraham clock a few years ago, if you remember, if you check my videos regularly, and it turned out to be too noisy. I had to unplug after 3 days. I could hear it all the way in my bedroom. So, and then the very next purchase was a stupid purchase. Well, it seems, because I need a second clock in the kitchen, but there's already one that goes tick, tick, tick. So I carry this battery, this AA battery, to test any clock, and I've tested a lot today. And this one doesn't go tick, 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 so it goes smoothly. So I said, how much? $3. All dirty and sticky. I tried to clean it as much as possible. I overestimated the space where it needs to go in the kitchen. It doesn't fit. So I wasted $3, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this. So yeah, I only have space for almost 9.5 inches. Okay, next. Oh yeah, a totally useless purchase, but I don't know. The lady was very nice. She had this vintage toy. She said she bought it when it, like in 1981. It says copyright 1979. She bought it for her son that was just a young kid. It's a Snoopy snow cone machine. I bought it just for like as a decoration piece. It's in a like from 1979. It has a little scoop there, a little bottle with a cap. Snoopy there. You put the ice. I don't intend on using it. It has the winder here. There was this other. What did I put? Somehow, because some pieces were attached to the toy with a little plastic bag, and this was inside, that was inside, and there was this extra cap with a hole in it. It seems damaged. I don't know where that goes. I tried to find the information. Doesn't matter because it's for display. Eventually I'll have a Snoopy section somewhere in my house eventually. It's just finding something from 1979 that looks this cool. Snoopy snow cones. Just a $5 decoration for me. That's what I bought. Then, and the seller was really nice. So, size snow cone. Then, first purchase at one table. There was the guy was selling all kinds of stuff, and at the nearest car, he had put a stack of records about this big. So I went through them, found some that I wanted. Didn't know how much they were. Whoops. Gotta get the right ones. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that, a little delay. Okay, there we go. So, this was a nice find because rock with Bill Haley and the Comets on this cheap Somerset label there. These are actually recordings he made. I'm not sure of the label. In Canada, they were on quality records on this, some 78s, and that are impossible to find clean. They're always beat up. Well, this compilation is actually hard to find in good condition. The copy I currently have is more split than that. This is barely split a little bit. But my copy is covered with scratches. This one is almost perfect. The record is really clean, VG++, almost no scratches at all, and it plays perfectly. And it said $8. I wasn't sure if it was his price or he just got the record somewhere. So, and I got this one here, Elvis Presley, From the Waist Up. Right away I knew it was a bootleg. Unfortunately the cover is split like these cheap US covers did so often. I hate US covers. And it's just basically sound transfers of Ed Sullivan performances, but it's a cool record to own. Decided to add it to my pile. And this compilation, low budget Camden compilation, but with a different cover, US Mail. I wonder if there is a North American compilation called US Mail. So, record pressed in France, sleeve printed in UK. So that could have been pressed around 1974. I don't want to go into why I would guess that. There's a story behind that, but just look at my video where I got my copy of Revolver by the Beatles, 14 track. It's exactly that. Okay. So I asked how much are they? He said $3 each. Yoink. So I got this one. Turns out to be a dud because a bad one because there's some noise on it. Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe the dust, whatever. This is okay. This is pristine. But I went back to get this one, but I showed him something. I said, look, some jerk decided, sorry, I'm going to put this down 2 seconds. Some jerk put some saran wrap right directly on the record, and when I pulled it off, you can see all the crap on the record that it left. So I left it on. I didn't try to play it yet. I don't think it will play very well, but I didn't want to pull it off to show you how I found it. That part I pulled off myself. And he said, "Oh, I'm going to remove it and throw it out." And I said, "Well, can I have it for $1?" He said, "Sure." It's mostly for the cover, and I'm sure these songs I have somewhere else. And then, so I gave him $10. These 4 records, sorry. And then I went back and I decided to get that one as well. Why? Because, well, I have the original, which is one of the last Beatle, the last Elvis LP I needed to complete my Elvis collection. And it has the same stupid problem. So it's mostly for the cover, so I got it for an extra $1. I'll have to rush for the rest because the video is already 30 minutes long. Sorry about that. So then, and let's see after this record, A, B, 3 tables away, or 2 or 3 tables away, another guy had some Elvis records. I had checked earlier, I took nothing. This time, his records were $5, but I said, well, how about 3? Because look at the cover, how bad it is. Like, it's all full of yucky. I hate when people write on covers like that. So he said, oh, okay, $3. So I got it, but because it's in color. And not to listen to because it's in fake stereo with tons of echo. Yuck. But the record is cool. Anyway, $3. And he had a little bunch of 45s and anyway, without going into detail, I went back slowly this time and I decided to get these 2 cardboard picture sleeves. I've never seen this one. I don't have it. Hawaiian Wedding Song. What's on the B side? Oh, Blue Hawaii. And this one, Suspicious Minds, You'll Think of Me. I know I don't have that one. $1 each. $3 for 5. And after that, let's finish off really fast here. To Elvis. Oh yeah, the guy who sells all kinds of stuff doesn't put them on table, just lies. He makes a trail of stuff, a few trails of stuff. The guy, I call him in my head, not in his face, Mr. Spick and Span, because last year he sold me this terrific Spick and Span box last year for $2. So when I take down who sold stuff to me, I write Mr. Spick and Span. I got 1 DVD, $1, 1 CD, $1, and I offered 50 cents for this beat up record. I'll explain why I got it for fun. So this is History of the World Part 1 by Mel Brooks. Still sealed. Somebody bought this $19.99 at Future Shop. Never opened it. And because I've seen the scene with Beat Arthur, which is really funny, so I need to see this movie. Then this looked good. It's a West Germany pressing CD. Blues Breakers, John Mayall with Eric Clapton. And this 45 is Adriano Celentano, Bellissima and Stringy Gimiate. Actually, the songs are not very good. Well, I don't like them. The record is beat up. I offered 50 cents. He had a stack of sleeveless 45s, and I want most of them Italian records. But I am looking for one Adriano Celentano song. Let me see if I can. It's the fake English song, Prison Call. Oh, I practiced it earlier. I already forgot what it is. Prison Call. Prison Calling Nancy Chuzol. Prison Calling Nancy Chuzol, something like that. And it's really good, but my chances of finding it locally are almost nil, and buying it online, the shipping is too expensive, but I'd love to get that on record. This came out just 1 year after that record I just mentioned that I want. And finally, so I got this stuff for $2.50. And finally I went through a box of light bulbs, and I got incandescent light bulbs. Unfortunately, most are 100 watts, but I'm desperate for 60-watt bulbs that give at least 800 lumens. That's impossible to find now. I have a few left in a secretly stashed there, but I have a few 150-watt bulbs that are perfect for downstairs in the furnace room. So anyway, I got 16 or 17 bulbs for $10. Yeah, thanks for watching. Whoa.